Hello, welcome to the Introduction to the UMNI Mining Operations, How We Do Things series for the United Minmitar Nation Industries. My name is Shinji Kurita, and I will be facilitating you through this little series of videos. Today we're going to concentrate on a few things, but let me tell you a little bit about myself. Obviously, I'm a fairly new player. I haven't been with the corporation for all that long, I think almost 2 months now. Mostly I mine. I run some L1, L2, L3 missions. I do some probe and some scanning. But to be honest, I'm a Care Bear. I like to hang high sec, and I participate in a lot of the corporate operations. But that's probably the extent of what I'm doing. So just so that you're aware, I am not an expert on every facet of E. And I'm simply volunteering to do this video series to help people who are actually newer than me. So, well, hopefully you'll be able to take something away from this, and it will improve your experience in Eve. First things first, let me tell you a little bit about the corporation. Obviously, anybody who's watching this is probably already a member of UMNI. We are a mining, hauling, and indie corporation. That is primarily what butters our bread. Solicitars is the CEO, so anything, questions or complaints or anything like that, the buck stops with him. So feel free to bend his ear if you're having an issue. This is a friendly, all-volunteer organization. There are no mandates. We don't expect people to put the game ahead of their real lives. So if you're here and you want to participate, that's great. That's why we're doing this series. The hope is that by providing you with information and background on how we do things as a corporation, you'll be more inclined to get involved in these corporate ops that we often run. So get out there and hopefully you'll run into some of us out there, and you can join in, and we can make some money and have some fun. All right. First thing I want to talk a little bit about is our office locations. These are important. You're probably going to want to go there before long, because most of the operations that happen for the corporation happen out of one of these two systems. Tionusudu, Moon 7 Moon 1 is the corporate headquarters. That's where the corporation was formed. There is a corporate hangar there in the Virokiar tribe treasury. The thing that you'll want to notice here, and I'll give you a quick demo of what these corporate hangars look like, is that there is equipment stored and ammunition stored there for your use. The ammo is provided by the corporation and is usually paid for out of corporate collections, dues, taxes, and or gifts. So anything that goes to the corporation, you are getting some return out of it in the form of ammo. A lot of both of these bases also have some T1 ship equipment. This is more it's kind of a have a penny, leave a penny, need a penny, take a penny situation, where people volunteer or drop off equipment that they don't need. Other people, if you're looking for a particular piece of equipment and it's just something to slap on a ship for a mission, you can stop in here. Hopefully it'll be something sitting in here. Please don't use this as a harvesting area for your corporate, your own personal store. We don't want people taking this stuff out of here and turning around and trying to sell it for profit. This is equipment that's for everyone in the corporation, and so we need to respect everyone's needs. Tionusudu is our missions operation base. A lot of times if we're running missions for the corporation, for someone like Republic Fleet, this is where it happens. Salvage gets dropped off here and things like that. Now, that one's not real important for this particular series. The one that really we're going to talk most about is Ophagen 7 Moon 15, the Leisure Group Development Studios. Ophagen is also a corporate hangar. It's kind of a branch office. It has some ammo and equipment, just like Tionusud. The big difference is that it is the primary base of operations for any of our mining ops. with that in mind, if you're thinking about participating in some of our operations, you would like to go out with us every once in a while, you're going to probably want to move a miner and or a hauler into this base so that you have access to it when we run these hops. It sure beats flying 15 hops in an Indy to try and make one of our operations. It's much faster just to buy something. They're fairly inexpensive usually, throw one in here, and then take a shuttle here, pick it up, and head out into the belts. So just it's a good idea to kind of take the initiative there and do that if you have any interest at all in mining and our operations there. So, all right, well, I'm gonna switch over to the demo now and get into the game for a second. I'm going to show you kind of what corporate hangar. I can give you a quick tour of that area. Alright, here I am, parked in my wonderful little shuttle. I'm actually in the leisure group here in Ophegen. This is a pretty standard corporate setup. You're actually looking at my heads-up display here, and there's nothing really important about that other than this little button down here. A lot of times when we talk to new members and say, hey, go to the corporate hangar and do that, they don't know where it is. So I want to take a moment here and show you real quick what that looks like. So obviously once you're docked in the Leisure Group Studios in the Leisure Group Studios hangar, all you've got to do to access our stuff is go to this corporate hangar button, click on it, and it'll open up just like it was an items or a ships entry. So once you're in here, there are a number of tabs that contain different things. Now you may not have access to all of these if you're a new recruit, or you don't have certain security clearances. Not all of these are open to everyone. For instance, this one, I don't have rights to this one. It is used to store things for Sully or some of the other corporate officers. So don't worry if you don't have access to everything. There are certain things you should have access to. Among those is obviously the ammo section that we discussed just a minute ago, where you can come in here, grab some ammo if you are running a little low, load up and go back out to fighting or doing whatever you were doing before. The other thing that you want to look for, the other real important thing, once you're a full-fledged member, is this general access. This is what I was talking about with the ship equipment. If you have equipment that you have an equipment need and you're in the system or nearby, come in, stop in, grab what you need, put it on your ship and go. Also, if you've got extras, things that either you aren't going to sell or you've been salvaging in the nearby area and just don't feel like taking the time, go ahead and donate them to the corporation, and that'll allow other players access to some of these T1 equipment. Like I said, this stuff is not to be taken and sold. It's for our use and for corporate use, to make sure that everybody has access to the equipment they need, and just to make the people's lives a little easier. So that's kind of it as far as we're going to cover in this section. I did want to just I'm sorry, there's one more section I want to cover, and that's the ore for refining section. And this is actually really important when you're doing mining and hauling. The ore for refining is where we dump everything so that Soli can see it and turn it into from an unprocessed ore into the minerals that we end up selling, and that's where we make our money. So if you're going to be in the hauler role, or even if you're not, if you're just a miner and you come back to the base and you had a hold full of stuff and you need to drop it off, this is where you do it. So those three sections, one more time, were ammo, where you can come and grab the corporate ammo that Soli manufactures for us and puts in here. The next section you want to use for is this general access. This is where the ship equipment is stored. And finally, there's ore for refining, and that's where we drop everything and let Soli know, hey, there's this much ore from whomever or from whatever op in the ore for refining. Can you please refine it and dole out the profits? So okay, now that we've covered that, I'm going to go back into the presentation, and I will explain a few more things about what we're going to cover as far as the hauling and the mining aspects, and then we'll be done.